Number 5. Nicolas Cage as Superman. This entry is one that everybody knows by now, but simply can't be left off the list due to its pure WTF status. Years after the fourth and final Christopher Reeve's Superman movie was released, director Tim Burton wanted to reboot the Man of Steel in a style similar to his Batman movies. He planned on making Superman lives much darker than the squeaky clean movies of the past, and would do so by basing it off of the infamous Death of Superman comic arc. The film was in pre-production before it got canned, with a script, costumes, and main cast all set to go. And Nicolas Cage was Superman. Holy cow, would this have been something to behold? Just look at that costume. The squish test symbol, the weird glossy texture, and that mullet. How were we supposed to take Superman seriously here? Cage is an extremely hot and cold actor. If given proper direction, he can turn in an Oscar-nominated performance. If not, well, let's just say he can go off the deep end with hilarious results. Do we even need to say more about this one? Number 4. Britney Spears as ALLIE Hamilton. Based on the Nicholas Sparks novel of the same name, The Notebook has become the GOAT romantic drama of the 2000s, and for good reason. Yes, it was kind of sappy and overly on the nose at times, but the leads had great chemistry and the plot had enough substance to keep audiences invested. The film was also responsible for bringing Ryan Gosling and Rachel McAdams into the national spotlight. So why on earth did the producers ever consider Britney Spears for ALLIE Hamilton? Recently Gosling admitted that he had done screen tests with his former Mickey Mouse Club co-star while helping the director search for his co-star. This is just so mind-boggling to us. Spears doesn't have many acting credits in the world of film in which she doesn't play herself. She has a few minor roles in TV, but that's it. It's next to impossible to see Britney Spears eliciting the same type of response out of us that McAdams was able to. Spears' inclusion would have most likely tanked the movie and stifled, if not prevented, McAdams' rise to stardom. Number 3. Robin Williams as Jack Torrance. It's been ingrained in our head for as long as we can remember, the image of Jack Nicholson breaking down the door with an axe and then uttering the terrifying line, "He is Johnny." It's one of the greatest scenes in horror movie history, made even better by Nicholson's downright terrifying performance. As Jack Torrance in The Shining, Jack Nicholson delivered one of the greatest performances ever put on the silver screen. He was subtly creepy at some points during the film and purely off-the-wall insane at others. Now, let's imagine Robin Williams in this role. Stanley Kubrick told the actor that the part of Torrance was his, but Williams turned it down. Although he is mostly remembered as a comedic actor, Williams has done dramas and thrillers over the years with highly acclaimed results. One of these films included him as a creepy photo developer that became obsessed with one of his customers' family. It was creepy, but it was also praised by critics everywhere. That's the worst part about this whole potential casting. It's not a stretch to picture Williams in the role. Childhood ruined. Number 2. Simpson as the Terminator. James Cameron's Terminator movies are, without a doubt, two of the greatest sci-fi action movies ever made. Although everything after T2 has been subpar at best, the Arnold Schwarzenegger vehicles completely changed the game when they came on the scene. In the titular role, Schwarzenegger was ideally employed. His voice and demeanor were perfect for a lumbering robotic killing machine. He was absolutely terrifying in the first movie, and his performance in the second movie as a machine learning to become human is the stuff of legends. Of course, James Cameron didn't have Arnold in mind when he started in on the movie. Instead, he had pegged football star and actor O.J. Simpson as the T-800. Let's back up a step here. O.J. Simpson as the Terminator would have been interesting, to say the least. For starters, the franchise would be dead right now for sure. T2 came out in 1991, and O.J. Simpson had his famous trial in 1995. There is no way that this wouldn't have tarnished the franchise, resulting in the cancellation of any and all sequels and retroactively hurting the first two entries. Cameron said that in the end he didn't go with Simpson because people wouldn't have believed a nice guy like O.J. playing the part of a ruthless killer. We're not going to touch that with a 10-foot pole. Number 1. Arnold Schwarzenegger as King Koopa. You wanted WTF casting decisions? Well, here is one that makes you say WTF for a different reason. Arnold Schwarzenegger was the director's first choice to play King Koopa in 1993's Super Mario Bros. Movie. Just let that sink in. The big, brawny Austrian actor would have completely changed the movie in a completely amazing way. He looked more the part than Dennis Hopper ever did. He was big, intimidating, had a cool voice, and yet was the master of cheese when he wanted to be. Hopper reportedly phoned it in during production, but we just know in our hearts that Arnold would have given it his all. Super Mario Bros. Was a pretty awful movie. But maybe, just maybe, Schwarzenegger as Koopa could have pushed it into the so bad it's good territory. We can hear it now, his thick accent saying the oh-so-awful quotes like "Where's my pizza?" An actual King Koopa quote, or some new corny one-liner like, "Hasta la vista, plumber." It's also funny to think about how he would have played off of the crotchety Bob Hoskins and sarcastic John Leguizamo, who portrayed Mario and Luigi. This is one that leaves us scratching our heads over why it never came to fruition. Leave a comment to let me know, do you agree or disagree with this video? And tell about your point. And leave a comment if you want top 5 sci-fi find out other true too. Subscribe to watch new video every afternoon. Thank you for watching.